So we're going to record. So welcome, obviously, everybody to the live trading session. We've got around 30 people in here. It is June 10th, 2020. As always, Nick is sharing his screen. He's going to get into DXY. We'll start off with this, and then we'll cover about 10 plus pairs. We're looking for potential trades and potential entries in the market for today. So you can go ahead.
Absolutely. Awesome. So this is DXY here, guys. First thing we always do, jump up time frames, try and get an overall sentiment, see what's going on. So we can see off the bat, the daily time frame on DXY is very much bullish. We have seen this been kind of just moving higher and higher over the last year or so, which is fine. You know, it's good. It's been pretty stable. It's been forming good structure up until now. So let's go ahead and drop to the 4-hour. So we saw Corona strike. Obviously, that's what this huge swing is here over on the left. And then immediately to follow, we saw ranging, which was okay. We saw, you know, the dollar resumed stability, and then we found a resistance level at 101, support around 98.5, and we kind of just ranged in this area. So this gave a lot of other pairs some opportunity to form good structure, to kind of calm down after such a volatile time in the market. So this ranging was good, and then, you know, again, once the market finally priced in some things, we started getting this, you know, this fall off in price on the US dollar. So the dollar has been depreciating pretty rapidly since, you know, end of May. So here we are, this bearish channel, right? Breaking through key supports at 98.5, breaking through this monthly supporting trend line. And we're actually moving down to our next zone around our monthly. So we actually hit this morning, this monthly support. I mean, we kind of expected this to happen as, you know, price is just inching down because the momentum is so strong here. We really need to see a lot for this to, you know, reverse, for us to start considering long setups. We kind of need to see a lot. We need to see some big ass movements that would give us confidence in some long setups. So right now we're at the monthly. We have two potential scenarios, basically. I'm going to draw them out for you. So we want to see a bounce. We want to see a transition happen here, or just, again, a continuation. So let's go ahead and mark this. So we want to see something like this. This is a minor level here, right at 96.50. That's just this lower time frame, you know, structure right here. This is probably more of a 1-hour zone, if anything else. So to start, you know, we want to see some transitions. We want to see some bullish candles come into the market, cross those MAs, you know, pull back, start giving us some higher lows. We need to see a lot, essentially. So this is what we would need to see before we go long, and then we would target back towards our next zone and then potentially higher and so on. But until this happens, we need to see this clearly close above, you know, prior lower highs here. We need to get a higher low, and then we could target higher. This is a big if. You know, we need to see a lot. We need to see a consolidation here and then a break. But if momentum continues on this pair, on DXY here, and it blows through this monthly, then we have a lot of potential for more bearish movement. So we would need to see a break, retest, continuation with the lower high. And then this is where really where it gets crazy. It's because once it breaks this, it has a lot of room to fall. It kind of has to get to this area here, 95 flat, and then potentially even lower. So if it does completely break this monthly zone, it's looking like it could fall quite a bit. Definitely towards this weekly at least, which would kind of erase this entire ascending channel all the way from June 2018. So this is definitely a critical level, is what I'm saying here at this monthly. So let's zoom in again, and we're just going to be watching price action. You know, especially there are a couple news events, as you know, I covered before this. You know, again, we have the interest rate. We have some, what was it? Some other news tomorrow. Or is it more CPI was priced in for negative outlook, jobless claims. You know, there's some news. So depending on this week on how things react, it could either, you know, continue with consolidation at this area, or it could, you know, kind of give DXY that push it needs to either make or break this trend. So that's DXY, guys. Definitely at a very critical level, right at 96 right now. Okay, looking for continuation of momentum or a start of a transition. All right, let's move on to AUD USD. This one was looking like it was setting up to be a good short opportunity. It still kind of is, you know, especially if we get some reversals from here, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and jump up to the daily for a second. Again, super bearish. If we just look left, very, very steep bearish channel, forming good structure, good volume, and then it finally fell off here. This pullback is a 4-hour bullish trend, but on the overall time frame, you know, if we're looking at the daily here, this is still very much bearish. We're just matching the prior lower high right now at this key monthly level. So this is a big area, much like DXY. It's at a key area. We'll kind of decide where this is going to go based on how price action reacts right now. So either we see a rejection from this monthly, and then we'll start getting transitions, confirm lower highs, preferably below this little structure level here, below 0.696. That would be ideal. And we want to see something like this. And then we can start considering short opportunities, something like that. Okay, so significant closure below, retest, lower high, bearish confirmations. We're targeting down towards our next key support around 0.675. So let's see how many pips this is. From our entry roughly to support, it's almost 200 pips. So guys, there's definitely a big trade to be made here, but you know, again, we're just a few steps away from seeing those confirmations. There also is a little sloping trend line here. So a nice little break of that as well. Potentially a retest of it. So what would look even better? See, I'm just kind of applying these tools for confluence. So we're looking for, you know, structure, the trend lines here as well. We're looking for that lower high using the MAs that would then be above, pushing price action down. So something like this is what we want to see. Mark this again. Okay, so something like this. And naturally, if momentum continues, you guys pretty much already know how this is going to play out. We need to see, or what we need to see for this to play out, for us to start considering long opportunities. We need to see a significant closure above the monthly, right? Above the monthly. So a huge move would be nice to see, followed by a pullback, confirmed higher low, preferably a structure level off of a fib, 38.2, 61.8, something like that would be really nice. Always ideal to include the fibs, and then a continuation higher. So I personally think we're going to see some sort of transition like this to the downside. But again, we always want to be aware of both potential scenarios, both bullish and bearish opportunities. So this is what AUD USD is looking like. Let's keep moving. AJ is looking pretty damn close. I like the way this is forming right now. So let's go ahead and jump to the daily for a second. And we can tell off the bat, guys, bearish sentiment. Super strong bearish channel, pushing price action down, lower, lower, lower. And then we have a 4-hour bullish trend, which is very strong. But, you know, overall, if we just look here, is this, would we consider this bullish? Is this a bullish daily trend now? Has a transition occurred? No, not really. Again, just like the last two pairs we covered, we're at our monthly resistance, very key level. So if we look to the left, this is literally like 100% to the lower high here. So it's literally just matching what price action's already tested and rejected from multiple times. You got once, twice, 3 times over here, 4 times. So, you know, very key area. It's very likely that we could see a reversal. And if we actually just zoom in on the candlesticks on this time frame, we can see that there's a big ass evening star. So we have a strong bullish candle, indecision candle, large bearish candle. This is an evening star. That's a reversal pattern. Let's drop to the 4-hour for a second. All right, so let's say we are going to continue with this, you know, transition, and we're going to see an opportunity for a short. What do we want to see? This blue path, this blue line, or this blue arrow represents the, you know, likely trade path for where price action is right now. We're not seeing any giant candles, which is good. It's kind of showing that the bulls are, you know, weakening a little bit. And so we could see a confirmed transition right at the 75.6 handle. So this was that structure zone that I highlighted for you right here at this level. Again, 95.6. So we want to see a lower high right at these MAs. I don't want to see these MAs cross. I want to see the MAs reject price action and drive it lower. So I want to see price action come up and test this area, give us some bearish engulfings, evening stars, exhaustion. So you're going to see those long wicks, or just, you know, clear bearish variation, something that will give us confidence in entering in a short position. So this is looking pretty good. I like this a lot. This is very, very clean. Again, I put this out yesterday in premium analysis on the lower time frame, if you guys remember. So let's go ahead and just get a quick range. almost 300 pips, guys, down to the 50% fib level. So it could drop much lower as well. I just drew it to the 50% based on previous price action. And this is a pretty good target, 3.3 risk reward. Again, my stop loss would be pretty well protected outside of this 75.6 handle and well into this monthly zone. So 80 pips to get 280. Just looking for that transition with confirmations, guys. And it is looking like a head and shoulders too. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then break of the neckline. Naturally, you would target, rule of thumb, you would target height of the pattern, neckline to head, which is 200 pips. And again, our projection is 280 here. So guys, this is looking like a pretty clean trade.
Yes, sir.
Definitely keep an eye on AJ this week. And I actually think this could play out probably in the next 3-4 candles on this 4 hour. So just be aware of that. We'll see. Keep you guys updated. All right, let's keep moving. I got 3 left. EU, EJ, and gold we're going to cover. All right. These euro pairs are not looking very promising. We're kind of just continuing with momentum. But what do? Jump to the daily. Zoom out. All right. So very bearish off the bat, we can see, right? Very bearish channel. Then we see this huge bullish volume step into the market and kind of just drive price action way, way higher. Breaking through all these key levels here, these minor key levels. So if we drop to the 4 hour, we can see better which levels they are. Price action is broken. So it kind of blew through. Let's clear this up. It kind of blew right through this 1.1175 handle, which was structured based on previous price action. Blew right through it. Kind of tested on the back end, and then continued higher. It also blew through 1.13. Continued higher. I mean, this momentum is so crazy strong right now on this pair. It's pretty hard to find a good trade. Very, very steep. Like, look at this. Let's just get rid of these fibs. Let's clear this up a little bit. Just get you guys to see price action here. So this is clearly very steep. Hasn't really pulled back through the MAs at all. A little bit here. I more or less call this a fake out because there was a little bit of consolidation. It was a box pattern, more or less a rectangle, and it just faked out to the downside and then continued up with momentum. So the way this is looking is it's probably going to continue up to this monthly, to be honest with you. 1.15, and that's about 100 pips higher, 115 pips higher. So the way that's looking is momentum is just kind of carrying price action until we get to a level that's significant enough to give us this transition. So next stop is this monthly. And once price action reaches here, I'll then be considering short opportunities. Once I see, consolidation or some sort of reversal and so on. But essentially, let's just give you guys the opposite of what we need to see for bearish setups at the current level. Let's say we don't reach that monthly. Let's say we start to see a transition happen now. When can we short? When can we look for short opportunities? When this level here is broken, right? This is the safest, probably right here. So this was a higher high here. Then it broke through resistance after it established this level, tested as support, gave us a higher low, and then started giving us bullish confirmations. So we want to see that level break. This is the last significant level of support. Let's see. So I want to see this. Let's see a break lower, significant closure below, confirmed higher low, lower high. Confirmed lower high, and then we're shorting. So this is what you need to see for a bearish opportunity. But you guys can just see based on the other charts that we just looked at versus this one, this is not the cleanest. If you literally just pull up, what was it, AJ? AJ looks super clean, right? Very, very clearly defined. You can see a pattern forming already, rejected nicely off a monthly. EU, not so much. It's a little choppy. We have large little spurts of volume, then huge consolidation, spurts of volume, consolidation. So a little harder to read as of right now. But again, overall, we are still very, very bullish. And in order to change our minds on that, to change our sentiment to bearish, we need to see this transition happen, right? Significant closure below, retest, lower high, continuation down towards our weekly. All right, so that's EU. Let's move on to EJ and then gold. Again, this is looking pretty interesting as well. Let's jump to the daily. Very, very bearish. Huge bearish channel, right? Now, again, very much like EU, we have this huge push to the upside. towards our key level, which again, if you we can identify an evening star on this time frame. Large bullish candle, indecision, bearish candle. This is an evening star, so it's also a reversal pattern, which is good. Which is a good sign, pretty good sign. So let's go ahead and zoom in on the 4 hour. Figure out where we're at. All right, so we actually had price action reverse at this level, came back, hit the 38.2, end this weekly. So this was a big confluence area for a continuation. It didn't really happen. We got this engulfing, but then it stopped right at the MAs, right? So, you know, the volume is kind of dying off here right now, but we could see, you know, if we do get some, you know, strong bullish confirmation. So if we get a big ass engulfing, you know, or you know, morning star or three bullish candles in a row, you know, that actually could be enough to potentially enter on and target higher. We honestly are just a few steps away from confirmation on this particular pair from a long setup, but this consolidation is kind of, you know, it's not really what you want to see. It's literally volume just died. It absolutely died. It just got indecision candle after indecision candle and so on and so on. This volume is so minimal in comparison to the moves that we've recently seen. So this is not ideal to see. We wanted to see this reverse pretty swift from the 38.2, show us that this bullish trend is still in control and has plenty of volume to push price action much higher into this next range even. So, I mean, right now, just based on what we're seeing, we do want to see that kind of break, that push higher. So we're looking for those bullish confirmations. Could be enough to get into a trade. We would target about 400 pips to the next monthly zone. And we would, again, obviously put our stop loss outside of key levels like this weekly, this 38.2 zone. So 115 to get 400, 3.4 roughly risk reward. So that would be a pretty good trade. But if this were to continue lower, what do we need to see? Break of this level. Clear closure below the weekly, below the 38.2. Again, lower high, and then we could just start targeting lower based on bearish confirmations. So we're always kind of waiting. We're always waiting for those confirmations, waiting for the market to kind of tell us a story. What's going to happen? Where's it going to go? So we're always just ready for those confirmations. We're not taking anything preemptively. I'm not going to take a long or short based on what I'm seeing right now. It doesn't make sense. You know, the market's got to show me something. All right. All right. So that's EJ. Finally, we're going to cover gold. This thing's kind of going off right now. Let's go ahead and jump to the daily. Super bullish off the bat. We could see that. It has been for quite a while. I actually set an alert yesterday night. All right, so very, very bullish. Huge consolidation in this area. We could see a large move start to pop off pretty soon. This monthly is that key zone. Very key monthly zone. Kind of pushing higher, reverse at this level. Very good sign, like it has many times before. Anytime it comes to this monthly area, we just get huge rejection. Massive rejection. And continuation with this overall bullish trend. So if we take a look at the 4 hour here, we pretty much, it's a pretty clean transition out of this bearish channel right here, this short-term bearish trend. This is probably like a 30-minute, 1 hour right here. So we're getting lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Now we're getting higher lows right up here. We're starting to erase these areas. This was potentially a lower high, but then it finally broke through it. Gave us a higher low over here. Pushed higher again, higher low over here. And now we're looking to make another push. So once it came into this area, I was really hoping for a pullback to the 1700 handle. So I like that it pushed through, it crossed through the MAs. I wanted to see it come back and then push higher, but it didn't. I mean, it still could, depending on how it closes. It's actually 30 minutes to the 4 hour closure, right at 1720. So we could see a pullback, and then we want to enter around 1700, or again, you could potentially find an entry right here. Just try and find a quick retest on the back end of one of these candles after we break 1720, and then you could long. Let me just clear this for now. So this is essentially what you'd be looking for, right? Just a quick retest of 1720 on the back end of a candle, and then we're long all the way up to 1800. All the way up to 1800, okay? So then what this would look like, something like this. Your stop loss would kind of want to be outside 1695, 260 pips roughly. Let's see if this makes sense. Yep, it's a 3-hour risk reward. So something like that, guys. That's what you'd want to see. Okay, 3-hour risk reward. You guys can even see I set this alert down here right at 17:02 because I wanted to be alerted when this was coming back. And if it was, what?
I was just yawning.
Oh, excuse you.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to be aware and on top of this pair if it did come back for that retest, because that would have been a really good long opportunity. So that's gold, guys. Definitely bullish as hell on it still. Looking to get up to this 1800 handle. I've been calling this for what seems like freaking 5 months now, but we'll get there one way or another.
We'll get there.
All right, guys. So quick recap: DXY, AU,
Mhm.
AJ, EU, EJ, and gold. All right, Angela's going to cover some of the majors for you guys, so hang tight.
Yeah, so somebody's asking, how would I trade news when it's red, when it's a red folder?
So
I,
if
yeah, you
you
can go.
don't, the
Yeah,
short answer is you don't. Because if you don't know how to interpret it, it's only going to be really risky, and the potential to lose money is very high. I don't really trade news either. I just make myself aware of it. So like I know at 2 o'clock, based on what's happening here too, it's probably going to be an unchanged rate. But also depending on how the market interprets it, based on what Powell says. Are they hinting at more cuts? Are they distressed? Are they optimistic about the future? These are all factors that the retail trader will take into consideration and then try and apply to the chart. So you want to just be pretty clear of USD pairs around 2:30, and then wait an hour and then jump back onto the charts. Because this is just ridiculousness usually when a news event happens and retail traders are just scrambling, dropping orders like crazy, and that's where all that volume comes from. It's people just jumping into the market on emotion, and we don't do that. So there's no need to trade around news for the most part. Just be aware of it. This is actually considered like this is risk management right now. We know that the Fed interest rate is coming. I'm going to say I'm not going to trade, so I'm removing myself from any potential risky scenario. I consider that good risk management. You
right.
see what I'm
It
saying?
also depends. The way me and Nick trade, we swing trade. So if I was scalping or like trading more intraday, I would definitely weigh the news
Mm-hmm.
to be more, or if my stops were like pretty tight, I would definitely look at the news and weigh it a little bit more than I do now. Me and Nick like to just say that news accelerates the trend,
Yep.
in the sense that um, news is going to push us to grab sellers or buyers that are needed to just continue, what's the overall trend is on the daily, on the weekly. It's going to push us to that price. That's why it forms those huge wicks. Pushes us to a price, then it rejects sharply, and just continues with the trend. So, I don't even look at the news. I do come into our fundamental analysis folder, and I do read, this stuff. I do go ahead read the analysis that we post every day. This kind of gives an overview because this is more. I'm trying to become more educated on the news. Inside of inside of our course, we have, I believe, 11 lessons now talking about the key indicators that drive, economies and stuff like that. I'm more worried about continuing to educate myself on that and not, I used to look at just the red folder and try to guess what's going on with that, but I don't think that is as productive now, as trying to educate yourself more as to what's actually going on.
Right.
So yeah, just
Love that.
try to just continue to educate yourself more and more on what the things actually mean. And yeah, and I see in the chat, a lot of people are saying that they are, appreciative of the free analysis. Obviously, thank you guys for coming out. This is definitely meant for you guys to be able to see the thinking process behind our trading strategy, but also our day to day. What we do. If we weren't doing this, we would do this anyway. So that's kind of why me and Nick started doing this. It's just a free thing for you guys to do. It's not much effort for us because every day we're coming on and we're continuing to update our charts and look for new opportunities, in the market. So is there any way you guys can look at the market without swinging it if we're not swing traders and can't hold for too long? Yeah, there's definitely I'd say like with the way that we teach top down approach, the why we teach it that way is so that you'll see it sometimes with Nick's charts, his whole mark on every time frame, what the sentiment is. monthly bullish, weekly bearish, as you do that and you get down to the lower time frames, you can continue to implement that. You can continue to take trades intraday, take shorter term trades. The whole purpose is just that you always know where you're at. You always know exactly where you are. Me and Nick take the trades on the 1 hour, on the 30-minute. We take them on the lower time frames, and then we look to swing trade them. So we're more like intraday traders that then look to maintain those orders into swing trades. So we're basically just trying to hold our orders, our winners, as long as we possibly can, and we're intraday traders. People will say we swing because our trades will play out over the course of like 1 to 2 days, 3 days. But that's just because we're trying to get the overall move. We're trying to capture, the overall position in the market. So let's see. Thank God. So yeah, I'm about to, if we're not swing traders, thanks for answering. No problem. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, hold on one second. If you have any questions, just drop into the chat right here. That's why we're here. I'm about to, oh my God, these people are crazy. I'm about to go over all these major pairs right now. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, you can see it. All right, cool. Let's go to Youssef. So Youssef we've been covering Youssef on these live sessions for quite some time. It's just pretty wild because unfortunately I wasn't able to capitalize on this position, and it's finally moving in the direction we've been going over for quite some time. So I'm kind of upset about that. My entry played itself out in the middle of the night. Things happen though. Things happen. That's fine. I just want to take a look at one thing. We had been bearish on this forever based on this break. I have this lined out here. Weekly structure had been bearish. I also want to just look at this trend line. This trend line from starting all the way back. This is the lowest trend line in this, obviously this is some upward movement here overall. This is the lowest trend line that we could possibly mark. And this was broken. This was broken, and then that's when we started to see bearish engulfing here, bearish engulfing here, bearish and variation here. Obviously now it's dumping all the way up on the daily. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get in on that. All the way up in the daily time frame. So, let's just do a little lesson real quick. Let's take this off just to clear up the chart a little bit. Fibonacci is marked right here. So we have from our high to our low, always mark first bearish candle, last bearish candle. And then we're looking to see our lower highs. This was a lower high that had formed, hit 100% level, hit our supply zone right there. And then inevitably, this is what started to happen. We pulled back through, hit 88.6, rejected again. And we were taking shorts all in this area in anticipation of this move. Unfortunately, we just didn't get in on it here. But we were able to get in on this quite a few times. Until this level, this is a lower high that had then formed Y, the moving averages. What's up, Sumi? Yeah, Sumi, my bad. We're on this call right now, so I can't handle that in the chat. So my bad. So we got lower high marked here, pull back, lower high marked here, moving averages are crossing. So I marked this. This is the level that needed to break for us to go bullish on this. We below there, we were always bearish. And then obviously we got all this. I can continue to go down to the 4 hour. 4 hours where structure is really showing itself for us. Broke this low, made this lower low, lower high, retest, lower high, lower low, lower high. And then earlier in the week on Sunday, we were talking about this. This was the opportunity that we missed. We had a retrace, 100% retested structure, got bearish engulfing, minor pullback, could have entered again here, minor pullback, could have entered again there. We were being fairly aggressive with it. So what are the entry opportunities? This was the first one. I had just woken up freaking 1 hour late on Monday and didn't get in on this. This happened at 8:30. I didn't come on the charts till down here. I was waiting for the pullback. We still could have got in on a flag, right here. Boom. Still could have got in on a flag, a break of that. Right there, we could have gotten on it. And then we had another, pullback This would have been a very aggressive entry, really just taking it based on the formation of this new lower high right here, the cross, a lot of bearish volume through, and obviously now we're continuing to break lower. So let's update our analysis. What am I looking for next? This completely disrespected this weekly level right here. Obviously previously this weekly level has been respected many times. We are seeing something similar to this though, breaking right through. Like right here, we respected it, but we did break right through. So this thing could continue to fall. So if you're in USEF positions right now, continue to maintain. Continue to maintain your orders. We will only look for entry if we pull back at this point to retest this level right here and to head lower. That is the only point at which we will look for entries. Boom, right there. So let me drag this across. So that's USEF. I'm sitting on the higher time frames at this point now, marking this back up to red. Let's go over to UCAD. So I had a little trade idea on UCAD. It's pulling back, a little bit right now, but basically UCAD has been, very bearish. And then on the weekly time frame, obviously this was bullish, just made a new high, but we were focused in on this area right here. We had this bearish engulfing right here, bearish variation right here, and then we broke lower. This daily time frame started to make lower lows in the sense that this level first broke, made this lower high, made this lower high, made another lower high here, and then we finally broke below. As we go down to the 4 hour, we can see structure a little bit more clearly. 4 hour, we had broken, these levels were holding, finally broke that, had a rectangle form, broke lower to below this rectangle, had an entry opportunity right here on that minor pullback. Then we had a descending triangle, broke lower from that, another entry opportunity there. Then we just had this spike back up. I'm thinking of it very similar to this, spiked back up and then found rejection here. So I was looking to get short on this. Obviously right now we're pulling back a little bit, but this is what I'm thinking. This is structure for me. This support level breaking. Until this breaks right here, I'm comfortably going to maintain this position. And then I just kind of gave ourselves a little more room with this 200-day moving average. So we'll see, how this plays out right now. This is 30-minute structure that needs to break, for me to really get out of this position. So I'm going to continue to maintain, and we'll see who gets in. If we get something similar to this again, I would definitely enter on this for you guys that are watching. But we're going to just have to see how this plays out over the next, 2 hours, because we're now in the 30-minute time frame. So if we get something similar to this, just drawing this out real quick, where it comes up, retests, comes back through the moving averages, then we can look for another entry. So entries for me are going to be, in this color. We're going to leave that there. Red, this color is going to be higher time frame. Let's get over to UJ. UJ on the weekly time frame is bearish. Bearish in the sense that this level broke, formed this new low, formed this lower high here. Boom, we retested this weekly support level. We were getting some pullback. I need to get down time frame, see structure a little bit more clearly, down to this weekly time frame, made this low, made this high, 88.6. Then we pulled back again. This was structure for me, these moving averages crossing. So on this daily time frame, I was talking about this earlier in the week. As this went bullish, I was still bearish in the sense that we were waiting for this to break. Very similar to the 30-minute. This is structure, every time frame, structure, structure, structure. This is what we were waiting to break. As soon as this was happening, I was waiting for that next candle, Monday. Then what happened? Boom. Huge 1 hour break. 1 hour break of structure right here. We were waiting for that pullback because realistically, I'm not trying to just enter at these lows. But this thing is continuing to head lower. This thing's continuing to drop. So what I did on yesterday's session was I just broke down, this bearish engulfing. A lot of times when I'm unsure of what, time frame correlation, if I was still learning, I would just highlight it, come down, see if it breaks structure. For me, this is structure because of these moving averages. Pulls back, finds support, momentum changes, goes bullish. You know, breaks below, boom. Now we're waiting for the first lower high. We're waiting for our first lower high. So I'm still waiting for a pullback before entering. That doesn't mean this is very situational. If this drops all the way down to here, then I will change what I'm looking for. But as of now, I'm still looking for that pullback on the 1 hour in order for us to get to this level down here. I do anticipate us getting to this level, back to this weekly, you know, based on all this momentum that is going on. So USD JPY, you know, if we go to the 4 hour, we can see we're about to get to some 4 hour support. So I do expect us to find support here, maybe to pull back, but it could just continue to fall. So, you know, we'll just be patient and wait. I'm going to bump this back up to the 4 hour time frame, and you know, we'll see how this continues to play out. Let's go to GU. GU daily time frame, weekly time frame. Let's start on the weekly time frame. GU is bearish in the sense that, you know, 200-day flatlining a little bit, but we're obviously below the average of price over the last 200 days. You know, right now we're having a little bullish momentum, some surge, very similar to this. You know, very similar to this. We're surging to find that next lower high. Last time it took all the way up to retest that previous level to find the sellers that we needed. Could it be again? Sure, it could. That could be the case again. You know, on this daily time frame, very similar to right here, we just broke structure. We just broke structure. You know, so for me, I would need one of two things to happen. I would need to pull back, retest long into that upper level. You know, very similar to this, I would need pullback, this little flag formed, and then we longed into the upper level. And, you know, that's what I would be looking for now. Obviously, it would take some time to play out, some consolidation. Or if we just flat out break back below this monthly resistance and retest, then I will go short on this. So, you know, two situations that I'm looking to play out right now on GU. You know, we'll see. A lot of it comes down to DXY when it finds support. So sitting on the higher time frame. And then NU. So NU is at an interesting area. Bearish, you know, have our trend line marked. I marked previously. These are our previous lower highs. There was two bearish variations that formed at those levels. We need that to happen again. I'm thinking something similar to this is going to happen. Low volume candle, pop up again. Then we're going to start to fall off. You know, this is my bearish confirmation area. This is my trend line. So a lot of confirmation here all the way on the weekly time frame. So again, a lot of times we trade on this weekly time frame, and these moves are huge. And when they play out, you know, they play out over the course of days. So we got to be patient here because that's when we can get in on this daily, you know, on the 4 hour, and then we can start to see things, you know, take place. You know, all the way on the 4 hour right now, like we need this to break right now. You know, the daily time frame, we still need a bearish variation, some sort of bearish engulfing, something like that. Yesterday's candle did not close, you know, with enough confirmation for us. So we're just going to wait on that and let's go over to GJ. So it looks like GJ has been making some moves. Very similar to GU is we're looking for that next lower high. Looking for the next lower high. Something similar to all this. You know, we popped up much like this area right now. You know, we'll see if we just consolidate and head higher or if we just reject this level. As I come down to the daily time frame has broken bullish. We broke these levels, made a new high. Now we're looking for that first higher low, you know, right there. So this can be kind of confusing, but we need to look at these areas. You know, we need to look at this, you know, all this action that went on back here. And this is what I'll do in trades. You know, look at previous situations. I'll go back, hit the daily. What did the daily time frame look like? Okay, this was that daily high, a lot of rejection, and then we made a lower high right here. So we started to make some sort of daily structure, even the 4 hour. What did this mean on the 4 hour? 4 hour minor break of structure here. Inevitably, we needed to break this level right here, which if we put this back forward and go back, right here. That was the level that we needed to break ultimately, to get short on this. And we drag it all the way across. Obviously, there's some other levels in here that we were looking to maintain, but inevitably when that level did break, this thing dumped, significantly. So we got to utilize, previous data, the history of where price has been, how it's reacted, build up. I like to say build up setup. So for each pair, it's going to move a different way. I'm personally not trading GJ right now, but each pair is going to move a certain way. That's why I tell you guys to kind of break down what pairs you're looking at into maybe like just 2 to 3 pairs, so that every time something happens in the market on that pair, you're like instinctively making your move, because you've seen, you have experience, with that pair. So if you don't have experience with a pair, get experience by back testing, get experience by going on a chart, and just taking or practicing different setups, highlighting areas with multiple confirmations, something like that. We don't have an oil analysis right now. We'll think about adding that into the mix, but again, what are we looking at right now? All the way down to UCAD. We took a potential entry on this. We're looking to see how it plays out if these levels hold right here. And then every other pair right now, all of these pairs, I'm waiting on the higher time frame, for pullbacks and everything like that. So we'll update those in the chat for you guys. We'll update them as things start to play out. We'll put some higher time frame analysis for the members. We'll continue to put. I know things have been slow like the past 2 weeks or so. Me and Nick have also been working on some other stuff behind the scenes, some videos that we've been editing and stuff. So we've been trying to do our best right now, but obviously, let's take a look at premium analysis. For the members, we will be putting in all of our lower time frame analysis in this chat. For you guys that want to get in on this chat, it's only $7 one-time fee. For anyone that wants in on this premium analysis one. This kind of builds off of all the analysis that we drop in this chat right here. We drop this in the beginning of the week, and then we update it throughout the week in this chat. So if any of you guys want in on that, yeah, the beef. There's definitely beef in the members chat right now. Some people are upset, to say the least, but shit happens. So yeah, if you guys want in on this $7 premium analysis group, you can just come here and purchase it. It's again just a one-time fee. So if you guys are interested in that, we are going to do a giveaway. So for you guys that want in on the giveaway, drop your Discord name in the chat right now. If you're not in Discord, and this is why it pays for you guys to stick to the end. I'm going to put the link in here. Yeah, Sumi, you're causing drama in the chat, bro. Dude.
Nah, it's just a misunderstanding, it seems like.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're obviously sometimes there's disagreements, and that's fine. And at the end of the day, everyone's just trying to, put in work and get the most out of what they're trying to get. So
yeah, we're all on the same journey here. Everyone's
like a
trying to get to the same
democracy,
point.
everyone's opinion is heard.
Oh yeah. All right,
But
guys. So that's another live trading session.
yeah, I mean, we got to wait for everyone to put their name in here.
Yeah,
For anyone that's interested in the course, right now it's full price. It's $4.99. Signals is $75 a month. We had some specials going on. Definitely take advantage when the specials are going on. I see LS just dropped an analysis in here. I think he's in here too. Definitely, pay attention to when the specials are going on and get in. If you're interested now and you want to get in, there's no specials going on right now. I can't say when they'll be back, but just shoot me a message, and let's talk. We could always get on a quick call and talk about things, really quickly. And, we're always, me and Nick, trying to make ourselves available as much as we can. We're only 2 people trying to manage this. And, sometimes it does get difficult, but at the end of the day, the reason why we continue to come back is because we do love what we do. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, look at Nick's setup out here. He's got the multiple screens. This guy's in his apartment, and it looks like that. You know what I'm saying?
This is my home setup. This isn't even the office.
Yeah, exactly. Add more people. I mean, this is one thing for the members that make progress. You know, we want to continue to empower you to lead the group and everything like that. We want to continue to empower you guys to be leaders, and obviously, the best way to master something is to teach it, guys. You know what I'm saying? If you can teach what you know, that shows that you really know the material. Anyone knows this, right? Um, if you can teach what you know, anyone, you know, it really does show that you know your stuff. So for members that are continuing to progress and getting better, you know, the goal for you guys is to lead, you know, sessions. And that was a thing that me and Nick were talking about. How at one point was we wanted webinars, like we wanted to make like some sort of program where members would have to give presentations of their analysis, do top down and everything like that. And then that's when we would kind of anoint that they passed, you know, the
I think
course.
we call it the Champions Program or something like that.
Yeah, like the champion programs. So like once you're able to get on live sessions and teach other people and like just teach us what you're looking at, it's kind of like a test. Like once you pass that, then you can you know, basically you understand what we're teaching like pretty thoroughly. Tanmi, if you want the signals, just message me, you know, after this. The signals is not only us giving trades, like there's a lot more that goes into it. There's a full course, you know, when it does come to the signals. For you guys that don't know, you know, there's a full curriculum that that you guys can go through. I'm just gonna pull it up real quick. So yeah, like the signals is not just us giving signals. Like the point of it is to teach you guys how to manage an account. Yeah, we definitely use patterns. The
Yeah,
purpose of
absolutely.
it is to teach you guys how to actually fully manage an account. We give you the percentage risk on every trade. Again, this is the course in the signals. You know, you're gonna get basically how we do our top-down analysis, very, very simplified version of our full course, you know, how to use lot size calculators, setting up the broker. And these were the fundamentals that I was talking about, 10 lessons about key fundamentals. And then obviously, you know, all our weekly trade reviews. So every week we'll review trades that we give. We'll talk about entries, expand on these live sessions, you know, everything like that. And yeah, so and then this is obviously also, you know, our monthly results. I'll post them in there as well. So, you know, if you're interested in the signals, just shoot me a message. If you guys want in on the giveaway, drop your name in the chat right now. Drop your name in the chat. You know, there's only about 20 people so far that put their names in there. I know there's more of y'all guys. So
You know, this meme guy, he's
yeah,
funny.
this meme guy recently branded himself. I must say, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with his character. He's upholding his image for quite some time, and he's, you know, if you guys, you can see my screen coming to this memes chat. We're gonna do a $50 giveaway. Just post a meme in here, and I'm gonna go back. And people say, "What's the criteria?" I'm literally just gonna. Me and Nick are just gonna sit on our asses. We're probably gonna both pick like 3 memes that we like, and then we'll compare and like I'm sure maybe we'll agree on one of them
Yeah,
on what the
definitely.
best one is. I'd say this one's pretty good right now. I'm the dumbest
That one
man.
is pretty
I'm
good.
the dumbest man alive. I risk 100% on a trade. You're clearly dumber than me. Yeah,
That one's pretty good.
it's pretty good. So I'm gonna just pull up real quick. This is the giveaway sheet for y'all that say that we cheat you guys on the giveaways. It's all random. I put you guys in this sheet every time. It is not it is random. It is random. I literally take a video of me fucking doing it every time for you guys
Yeah.
that are trying to call me out. You know, so
Always.
yeah, like you guys are fucking ridiculous out here. Year 6. And so this live session is gonna be posted. You gotta add me. Yeah, I got you. All right, so
Yeah, it will
that's
be. It's gonna be posted on YouTube. Somebody was asking about gold. Yeah, it'll be posted on YouTube, and then the link will be dropped in Discord
just give it to Meme
or
Lord. He's asking for it. Yeah,
on our YouTube. Yeah, he's getting there.
I disqualify Meme Lord.
DQ'd.
All right, so I'm gonna sift through. I just got everybody that posted their name in this chat. You know, obviously, thank you guys for sticking on for the full hour. You know, we'll post this afterwards. Another live trading session tomorrow, completely free. And yeah, hope you guys have a good day.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks. Have a good one.
Peace out.